Now this is the last thing I expected to see at the end of my March break. Not exactly the most pleasant thing, but nevertheless, here we go. So hello YouTube. As you could probably tell, I'm not looking forward to making this video. Not at all. So, Mystical Forest. Let's get to it. One thing I have to say right off the bat, if you wanted to criticize my videos or any of my content, you could have just posted this as a video response to me. I'm not afraid of criticism. I've said that many times in my videos. I don't care. In fact, I like criticism. It helps to strengthen my points, and maybe I could learn something, provided you have some point to share, some enlightening points to share. So let me ask you a question, Mystical Forest. Are you prepared for this willfully ignorant moron to give you the biggest hitch slap of your life? Stick around.
I just need to respond to this idiot before I'm sick of letting these people get all this rope on me. These people actually think they're more intelligent than me. It's pretty pathetic.
I just have a different viewpoint than you do, and my viewpoint just happens to be a lot more supported than yours, especially considering the mountains of evidence in favor of evolution compared to the, should I say, lack of evidence in favor of God's existence. So does that mean I'm smarter than you if I believe in the claim that has more evidence to prove itself? Gee, let me think about that. I think so, but that's only my opinion. Feel free to prove me wrong.
You're the one that's being ignorant and blind. You're the one that believes everything's random when there's no evidence to show evolution.
Stop! Did I just hear you correctly? There's been no evidence to prove evolution. Wait. Let's rewind that and see if I misheard.
You're the one that believes everything's random when there's no evidence to show evolution.
You guys heard that, right? I'm not taking this out of context in any way. That's exactly what he said. Well, you really did not look at my video description, did you? I posted several links proving evolution by natural selection. Did you even look at any of them?
You're the one that believes everything is random. Really what it boils down to is because you can't accept responsibility for your actions.
I blame everyone else from... What? I'm sorry, just continue on.
You blame everybody else for your problems. Blame God, or if God was real, you'd blame God. Like what happened in Japan. You'd probably blame God.
I would not forgive anyone who would willingly let hundreds and thousands of people suffer like that. Of course I would blame God if he was real. What did you expect? If I knew that someone was responsible for the death and suffering of hundreds of thousands of people, like the tragedy in Japan, then yeah, I'd say that's a pretty sane response for me to have. This response of utter disgust and contempt for this sick-minded individual. How did you expect me to react? Ooh, hooray! Thank goodness for hundreds and thousands of people dying and suffering while I sit here on my ass making videos. Do me a favor, Mystical Forest. Don't lower me to your level.
You people that are atheists, you don't believe in God, but yet you believe in values. You believe that you shall not murder, you shall not steal. These things came from the Old Testament. They're the 10 Commandments.
Wrong, as usual. Morality and law, for that matter, does not come from the Bible. Hardly, in fact. It is well known, that there were many civilizations before Christianity was ever created, and many of these civilizations had a legal and moral code, one example being the Code of Hammurabi. Oh, and by the way, I will post more links to all of these things I'm talking about. It's up to you whether you want to read them or not. Judging by this video, you really don't like reading, so whatever.
Okay. People say, well, before that, they got along. No, they didn't. Before that, let's see, God flooded the earth because the whole world was evil. The whole world was evil. He flooded the earth, and even after he flooded the earth and Noah and his family got off the ark, they still were too prideful. So and then after that, he had to spread them over the earth and change their languages and isolate them.
So you say there's no proof for evolution, and yet you think you can prove the biblical flood and Noah's existence. Yeah, I won't get into this too much since this should be a video for another day, but allow me to point out a few flaws in the whole biblical flood thesis. There's no geological evidence to support the flood. On the contrary, the evidence shows the opposite, that over millions and billions of years that rocks layer on top of one another. And if the flood did happen, it would all be one jumbled layer, which you clearly don't see in geology. That's one thing. If the flood was either fresh or salt water, you would essentially kill all marine life by mixing the two. So we wouldn't have marine life today. And finally, how exactly did Noah repopulate the whole world? I think I have the answer, and let me give you a hint. It's exactly how you were born.
They just keep on falling into this trap of sin. So God made guidelines to make it easier for us to not be trapped in sin, not to made it easier for us basically to get through this test of life.
Well, these guidelines really do fail, don't they, considering all the wars started by your religion, no less?
Okay. But I'm not ignorant, okay? You're calling me ignorant. That's bullcrap, okay? I've did plenty of research, okay, on your bullshit version of life called evolution, okay? I've done plenty of research for years, okay? And you're gonna fucking sit there and tell me that I'm ignorant? You have the balls to sit there and tell me that I'm ignorant?
That's right, I'm calling you on your bluff. I'm calling you ignorant because you really don't seem to know a damn thing about evolution at all, do you, sir? And I'm pretty sure science will attest to that.
You guys say that Christians have a blind faith? Oh, okay, sorry. You have complex life, and we believe that there had to have been a deity to have created that life because it is complex.
Since you are so enlightened, I take it you understand why we evolutionists state that your complexity or irreducible complexity argument is essentially an argument from ignorance. But just in case you don't understand, allow me to elaborate on that. The argument from ignorance is essentially you stating that since you don't understand how these things are created, and you can't explain how these things are created, then it must be that these things were created by a deity.
You believe it just poofed and got here. How stupid is that? And you're going to call me stupid? You have the nerve and the balls to sit there and call me ignorant and stupid? How dare you?
I agree. I don't think it just poofed and got here, but I hardly think that adding Magic Man behind the whole formula and saying, Magic Man said so, and then it poofed and got here, is not much of a better explanation at all. And you're right, science doesn't have a full, comprehensive explanation as to how everything got here. However, we would be honest and admit it, rather than putting an untestable, unprovable, and unfalsifiable hypothesis to explain it all. You know, I said in my original video that I never said you were stupid. I just said that you decided to drink from the Kool-Aid of creationist stupidity. But now I'm starting to think that you're drowning in the Kool-Aid of creationist stupidity. Yes, I dare. I dare to call you stupid. I dare to call you ignorant for not doing your research. I dare to call you on your bullshit. In other words, the bullshit that you think you can force-feed me. Yes, I dare to call you on that.